the Blasis solution for the boundary layer equations. And we have seen that the solution given by Blasis matches with the solution which we have obtained using order of approximation theory. We got this value earlier also. So now the next one which we are going to consider is what is known as a Karman-Polhersen solution. These solutions are given by Karman and Polhersen for boundary layer flow over a flat surface. Now we know the basic equations. Basic equations are this. This is the continuity equation, and this is the simplified form of Navier-Stokes equation. So when I say this is the Navier-Stokes equation, you must realize that the pressure gradient term is not there. So dou P by dou X is considered to be absent. So this is what you have to remember. So normally, a functional form of solution of these equations is satisfied. See, what is our actual purpose? Our actual purpose is to solve the equations, this equation as well as this equation combinedly within the boundary layer. If you have a flat plate like this, and if you have a boundary layer, you consider any point whose coordinates are x and y. So our solution must be valid at any point, at any x and y. At any point, this is x and this is y. This is y and this is x. So therefore, we have to always look at such a solution. Now, sometimes, due to the nature of these equations, it may not be possible to get a solution. So, it may not be possible for us to find a perfect solution at each and every point, that is, at each and every x. So, what we at least try to do is consider a plate, consider a bone, consider any section at a distance of x from the leading edge, and then consider this section so these equations at least when they are averaged over this section, if they are satisfying, so if we find such a velocity distribution, which when substituted in these equations will give that the average momentum change is balance is maintained. So that is, in a nutshell, what I can say is that if the boundary layer equation is integrated with respect to y across the boundary layer, that means 0 to delta. So, integral 0 to delta, whatever it is, this 0 to delta. The resulting equation will represent balance between the average inertia of forces and viscous forces for each x location. So, by such a solution, that for any x, this integrated quantity satisfies the balance between inertia and viscous force. Velocity distribution may be obtained that satisfies this average balance force, which may, however, do not satisfy balance at each and every point. That means the solution which you are obtaining will not be satisfied at each and every point, but it will satisfy overall across a section. So now what we do is, now you look at this. U dou u by dou x. Now I can replace this u dou u by dou x by this. How? If suppose I take this and write what it is, it will be dou by x of u square. So 2 u dou u by dou x then plus u 1 minute. This is written as 2 u. What I have written is okay. I have understandably arranged it. Now what I will do is, I will split this into two parts. So this I will write again u dou u by dou x. So this is this. Now what I will do is, this is dou square dou by dou x of u is equal to this. Now what I will do is, I will bring one u dou u by dou x and take this to the left hand side. So u dou u by dou x is equal to dou square u by dou x minus u dou u by dou x. This is what I have written here. Have you followed? So we will use this identity. We will use this. Now, continuity equation, what does it say? Dou u by dou x plus dou v by dou y is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. So what is dou u by dou x equal to? If I take this to the right hand side, if I take this side, so what I get is this. Dou u by dou x is so dou u by dou x is equal to minus dou v by dou y. So dou u by dou x is equal to this, and this is replaced by this. So this minus and this minus will become plus. This u will be as it is u, and this dou u by dou x will be dou v by dou y. So therefore, what we get is u dou u by dou x is equal to, so u dou u by dou x is equal to this. Now let us take our Navier-Stokes equation. This is our Navier-Stokes equation. U dou u by dou x plus v dou u by dou y is equal to nu dou square u by dou y square. Pressure gradient term is not considered. That you have to again remember. Dou v by dou x is equal to 0. So therefore, this u dou u by dou x I will write this part. So dou square u by dou x, dou by dou x of u square plus u dou v by dou y plus v dou u by dou y. So this is this term. Plus v dou u by dou y is equal to nu dou square u by dou y square. Right? Now what I do is, I will combine these two. This as it is I will retain. This also as it is I will retain. So if I combine these two, it is nothing but this term. So this is as it is written. And this is this. And of course, this is as it is retained. Now, this is still exact equation within the boundary layer approximation. That means this equation is supposed to be valid for all or at all x and y. At any point x and y, this equation is supposed to be satisfied, and this is the boundary layer equation. Now what we do is, we will consider the averaged solution. So when we average it, so averaging means integration. The integral of this 0 to delta, the integral of this 0 to delta, integral of this 0 to delta. Now these two are with respect to y, but this only thing is with respect to x. So therefore, the integration will be this with respect to y, 0 to delta. And these two can be straight away integrated. So what is integral? It is nothing but uv. The integral dou of phi is equal to phi. So here what is phi? Phi is uv. So therefore, it is value of u and v, product of u and v, with the limits 0 to delta. So that is why I have written uv delta to 0. And similarly, if we integrate this once with respect to y, I will be left with this. U is a constant, and you will be left with dou u by dou y, 0 to delta. 0 to delta. So this is the equation we get by average. So the same equation I have written here. Now what are the boundary conditions to be satisfied? No slip condition. X is equal to 0. Sorry, at y is equal to 0. for any x, what is u? 0. No slip condition. So u at any x y equal to 0 is 0. So also v. Then we also have at the edge of the boundary layer that is at y is equal to delta. What is u? U is nothing but the free stream velocity. So this is another boundary condition. So we have, this is one boundary condition, this is second boundary condition, and this is the third boundary condition. Then we also have that at y is equal to 0, from Newton's law of viscosity, tau naught is equal to u dv by dy, du by dy. At y is equal to 0. So this is your fourth boundary condition. And our fifth boundary condition is this. In fact, all these 5 boundary conditions I have written earlier. These are the boundary conditions. No, not. Where I have written there? It's not here. Okay, doesn't matter. Leave it. So these are the 3 boundary conditions. Okay, I have not written. These are fourth and fifth boundary conditions. So now this one, the first integral. Sorry, the overall. So this is now if I substitute the values, what is the value of u at y is equal to 0? 0. And value of v there also is 0. Now what is the value of u at y is equal to delta? And we do not know about v. So let us leave it as it is. So what we can maximum write is b at y is equal to delta. So I can say x comma delta. Whatever the maybe the value we do not know. So you get u v which is x delta this is the value of uv at y is equal to delta minus value of uv at y is equal to 0 is 0. So the second term will now become this. And what is this? What is this? U dou u by dou y at y is equal to 0. What is that? Use this condition. So at y is equal to 0, so dou u by dou y is equal to so at y is equal to 0, from this we get dou u by dou y is equal to tau naught by mu. And at y is equal to delta, what is dou u by y? The fifth boundary condition. So if I substitute those values here, it will become this will become at delta this is 0 minus at 0 it is nu as it is dou u by dou y is tau naught by u. What is nu? Nu is equal to kinematic viscosity, which is mu divided by rho. So if I substitute, this will become minus here tau naught. Tau naught divided by this is I can remove this and write as mu by rho. This mu will get cancelled. We will be left with rho. So therefore, the right hand side of equation 1 is minus tau naught by rho. So that is what I have represented there. So this equation 2 is now our equation which is averaged over the cross section of the boundary layer at any x. No. Still, this is not a complete solution because this is still a question. So how to get that? The quantity Vx delta may be evaluated by integrating the continuity equation. Now this is our continuity equation. Now what I do is I will integrate this 0 to delta. So I will get integral 0 to delta dou u by dou x and integral 0 to delta dou v by dou y. Now this is as it is, it will be there. And this can be integrated. So this is, the second term is simply integral 0 to delta dou v. So therefore, this is nothing but v x delta minus, what is the value of v at y is equal to 0? 0. So therefore, what you are left is this is nothing but your x delta. Now you multiply both sides by u. So this is what you get. Of course, this goes to the other side. So you will get a minus sign. Right? Now you take this into your second equation. So you replace this by minus u integral 0 to delta dou u by dou x. Come on, all of you do this and simplify and see what you will get. So what you get is, this is one term, this is one term, and this is second term, and this is the third term. So this is the actually second term, which is now replaced by this. So your equation is first term plus your second term is equal to your third term. So that is what you have to write, that's all. And simplify. One step is there only, simplification. And you see, you get that it is a familiar equation. Come on, do it. 5 minutes time. This is what we got actually previously. This is the, if I substitute for this expression, so what I will get is this. So now these two integrals are with respect to x. These are with respect to x. So now here we will use simple Leibniz rule. When you are having integral within two limits, dou by dou x of a function which is of both x and y times dy, this can be split as this plus f of minus f of x beta d beta by dx plus f of x alpha d alpha by dx. So this is what you should know. This is what you should know. So now if we substitute this, I can write the first integral is written as, you take one d by dx outside, so it will be u squared dy, and use this u squared d delta by dx. See, we have written it as u square you are having, so that will become this one, and this one will be this one. So if you just combine, you will get this equation. Both are d by dx, and this u can be taken inside. So if you simplify, you will get this. Now what is the left hand side? Within the derivative symbol, this is nothing but a form of theta. So this is your momentum integral equation. This is your momentum integral equation, which we got here also. See, this is our integral momentum equation which you had derived. So, if you divide by u square here, so you have to divide by u square. This is nothing but definition of theta. So, d theta by dx is equal to tau naught by rho u square. So, Kalman-Paul-Hussein solution gives you the momentum integral equation. So, for any velocity distribution, your equation 6, this equation can be solved using the boundary conditions along with the definition for shear stress at y is equal to 0. What is the definition for shear stress at y is equal to 0?
Zero.
0.
Given to du by dx.
Corresponding to y equal to 0. So, this is the boundary condition with respect to shear stress. Now, the general momentum equation, that is equation 6, when used in conjunction with the fourth order polynomial, representing the velocity profile is known as Kalman-Paul-Hussein approximation. So, for the velocity distribution within the boundary layer. Now, he has considered this type of velocity distribution. U by U is equal to A plus B delta, B eta plus C eta square plus D eta cube plus E eta 4, where eta is nothing but y by delta. So, the coefficients A, B, C, D, E will be functions of x. They change with x, so that the solutions which are not similar may be obtained. Now, let us see what are the boundary conditions. These are the boundary conditions which I was referring earlier. So, we have these 5 boundary conditions, which already I have introduced. So, the same thing in terms of dimensionless velocity u by u and the dimensionless coordinate eta is equal to y by delta. These boundary conditions are rewritten. The first boundary condition is this. This is your first boundary condition. then dou square u by dou eta square. This one. This is the fourth condition. So this fourth condition is this. Replace u using u by u and y using y by delta. So this is, for convenience, it is written as some function of x. Then u by u is equal to 1 at on eta is equal to 1. Eta is equal to 1 means y is equal to delta. So this is second boundary condition. And dou by dou eta u by u, this is the third boundary condition. Is 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the fifth boundary condition. This is the fifth boundary condition. This is the third boundary condition. This is the second boundary condition. This is fourth boundary condition. This is the first boundary condition. And this is your second boundary condition. Have you followed? Now, so the quantity and function x introduced here is a dimensionless variable that is a measure of the pressure gradient in the outer flow. So in the outer flow, there may be some pressure gradient. So to account for it, we have introduced a dimensionless variable. So considering all the boundary conditions, substituting in your equation 1, this is your equation 1. So if you substitute these boundary conditions, which are given in the next slide, that is these boundary conditions, these 5 boundary conditions, you will get these results. So substitute back these values in your equation 1. I will do one thing. This is your equation 1. Come on, use these boundary conditions. Use these boundary conditions. These are one set of boundary conditions. These are the other set of boundary conditions. And this is the equation. So when you substitute, you will get this, and finally you will get this. So substitute back. A is equal to 0, B is equal to this, C is equal to this, D is equal to this, and E is equal to this. So you will get the velocity distribution like this. Come on, all of you do this. The substitution only. Are you trying?
Trying, sir.
Okay. Substitute eta is equal to 0. So this entire thing will be 0. So what is u by u? 0. So this equation will give you a is equal to 0. And substitute eta is equal to 1. If you substitute eta is equal to 1, this will become a. A is anyhow 0. So this will be removed. So b plus c plus d plus e. And what is the value of u by u? For eta is equal to 1. So this will become 1. So 1 is equal to b plus c plus d plus e. So this is what you get. So this you got and this you got. Next, on eta is equal to 0, dou square u by dou eta square. So you differentiate this twice with respect to eta. So if you differentiate this once, it will be b plus 2 eta plus 3 eta square plus 4 eta cube. Then you differentiate this again with respect to eta. So if you differentiate this again with respect to eta, this will become 0. You will have C here, you will have D here, you will have E here. So if you differentiate this again, this term will go and this will be 2C 2c plus, if you substitute, I mean, this will become, this is 2c, 6d this is 4 eta cube plus 12e. And what is the value? This is minus delta x. One minute. Okay. On e, when eta is equal to 0, I am sorry. Uh, when eta is equal to 0, okay, 1 minute. Dou u by dou eta is equal to 0 on eta is equal to 1. So this is what we got. So if I differentiate this once with respect to eta, this is not there. So b plus 2c plus 3d, this will be eta, and this eta will not be there, and this will be square, and this will be 4 eta cube. So if you substitute this, eta is equal to 1, left hand side is 1. So what you will get? B is equal to 0, sorry. This is dou u by this, so left hand side is 0. This entire thing is not this. Dou by dou eta u by u. So which is equal to 0. So 0 is equal to b plus 2c plus 3d plus 4e. So this is the next equation we got. So this we got, this we got, this we got. So you differentiate this again and substitute eta is equal to 0. So then you will get this condition. This condition you will get. And finally, this you take, this already we got. This already we got. So that is how we get the solution. And if I substitute these values in this equation, substitute these values. So automatically you will get this equation, and it is simplified in this form. So your fourth degree velocity profile is given by this. Using this expression for u by u, using this expression for u by u and following our normal procedure and the definitions of delta star, theta, delta double star, and tau naught, everything you will get. So the final results will be this. This is delta, this is theta by x, and this is delta star by x, and this is tau naught. And now this u by u is written as sum of two functions, where f eta is this one and g eta is this one. This is nothing but the same. See this equation. This is written as f eta. And this is written as g eta. That's all. So this delta is called as Paul-Haussen parameter. Which is this one. And for flat plate, the value varies normally between minus 12 to plus 12. When this is 0, this is a flat plate equation. So for different values of delta, you will get different values of velocity profile for different boundary conditions. So Karman-Paul-Haussen solution is obtained for a set of boundaries, including our flat plane, where your delta is equal to 0. This delta is equal to 0. Right? So delta is equal to 0 is what is I told, flat surface, and delta greater than 12 velocity in boundary layer is, so u by u will become greater than 1. So this is not an acceptable solution. Delta less than minus 12, it will give you a negative velocity. So that is the reason why these two are, your delta should be between minus 12 and plus 12. Right? So this is what we are supposed to discuss all in the boundary layer unit. So with this, we have completed the third unit, and next week we will finish the fourth unit. That is the turbulent flows. Right? Now you just give me feedback and you complete this, which I have just now shown. That means you have to get these values.
Excuse me, sir.
I will, yeah, 1 minute. I see, using this distribution, and using these definitions, and your integral momentum equation, in conjunction with u by dy at y is equal to. So these relationships you have to use and obtain all these things, these results. So this is your assignment. Yes, now tell me, somebody was asking some doubt.
Sir, not doubt, sir.
Uh,
మామూలుగా